Back when I was 21 years old, I took Zantac for ulcers and for over 4 years. Now I'm over 65, and I've had my prostate removed 4 years ago, and nobody seems to know if this is concerning prostate cancer or not.
Okay.
Do y'all have any ideas?
Yeah.
Harry, let me throw it over to Jim there. Do you need some more information, Jim? Or is
I'm trying to figure out, you say you're in your 60s now, you took it for about a 4-year period of time in your 20s. Did I hear that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's been some time ago. Well, the answer to your question is whether it was caused by it is maybe. And so if you I tell anybody in the viewing area that hears this, if you have a cancer diagnosis, some kind of digestive tract, urinary tract, prostate cancer, I would act on the part of caution, contact an attorney, and work out the case, let them work it out and tell you whether they think it's related.
Right.
Because what I was saying earlier is true. What's happening is the science is evolving on this, and sometimes the litigation gets out in front of the science. So there are studies going on right now that may tell us more probably in 2 or 3 months from now what it causes and what it doesn't than what we knew 6 months ago. So a year ago or 3 years ago, nobody knew that it caused cancer. So it's evolving. If you have a cancer diagnosis and you took Zantac for any extended period of time, I would contact an attorney. We can obtain the medical records, have a professional opinion, and have them tell us whether your case is related or not. It costs you nothing, it's just a phone call. But the answer is maybe, and if we're not sure now, we may be sure in 6 or 8 months from now once these studies are completed.
And Jim, you said the clock is ticking on this.
Very tricky Mississippi law, and I don't want to get into the real legal details, but it's a very tricky statute of limitations, which means it's a limited period of time when you can bring a claim in Mississippi and a lot of other states for a defective drug. There's something called notice, and it's tricky as to when that starts and when it stops, and a lot of times even attorneys can't tell you for certain when you began to have notice of it. And so you need to move quickly on these kinds of cases. You really do.
And then, Jim, we don't have a lot of time before the break. You said this was a multi-jurisdictional case, meaning that it's spanning a lot of states.
So what happens is, and we did something similar in Chinese drywall when I was one of the lead attorneys, and BP was the same thing.
BP.
When you have thousands of cases against 1 or 2 or a handful of defendants, quite often for the economy of scale, the cases are consolidated in a single federal court somewhere.
Gotcha.
In this particular case, it's consolidated if it's filed in federal court in my district court in Miami.
Okay.
And so most of the cases then in the federal level will be handled there. There'll still be some in state court, but that's what happens so that we don't have thousands of courts bogged down with thousands of different kind of cases with different outcomes. They're all consolidated into one.